Her 9000's game room.
Yeah, so basically, everybody always seems to be chasing after the latest consoles, the latest games. But I just wanted to give a little shout out to the older systems. Not massively old, but things like the Xbox 360. As you can see here in this footage in CEX, I'm just looking at some of the Xbox games. You've seen things like Oblivion for only £1, and obviously there's the Fallout 3 game there, look like £150. I mean, that's nothing. Fallout Vegas is only a tiny bit more. You don't always have to chase the latest game. Yeah, CEX can sometimes be full of dirty, beat up copies of stuff and smell a bit like pot. But there's plenty of shops, and you know, if you've got young kids you want to buy a few games for, it's great to start on something like the PS3 or the 360. You know, also, if you want to try a lot of games for a reasonable price, you can't beat this sort of stuff. So it's not always the best thing to instantly sort of get rid of the old generation and be on the currentest current thing. Also, a lot of people ask when I talk about what retro games I've got, how I've got stuff and how I've sort of not bankrupted myself getting it. Well, this is the thing. Get stuff like this while it's in this sweet spot, while it's a couple of £. It's in this sort of interesting limbo where it's not yet old enough to truly be considered retro, therefore not much of it is very expensive, but it is old enough for people to kind of have stopped caring, and that's how I got a lot of games. For example, my PSP collection is very varied, very large, and effectively I was buying up the PSP stuff while places like Game were trying to throw it out. When they were putting games on the super cheap low with buy so many get free, and everyone was going, oh, dirty old PSP stuff, I was rubbing my hands together going, future classics. I got Castlevania back then for about £10 on PSP, with a deal where I brought 2 games and got 1 free, and now that game shifts for about £50. Sometimes if you want to grab the games, you've got to speculate to accumulate. Grab them when they're cheap, and then you'll have them when they're worth a lot. But not only that, there's nothing that says that yesterday's game is a bad game. Look at how many games actually get the remake treatment. I've gone past games like Mass Effect and some of the Halos, and they're games that come out in new packs with slightly tarted up graphics, and they ask for £50. You know, they're not that different. You can have an entire pile of these things for about £50. And what I would say is, think about what machine you sort of had loyalty at that time. If you were very big into your PS3, now's the time to pick an Xbox 360 and see what you missed out on the cheap, and vice versa. If you were massively into Xbox at the time and didn't know what a PS3 was, grab a PS3. Start grabbing those cheap games. Because they are practically worthless in terms of money now, but they'll go up one day. And you can also enjoy them now while they're cheap and experience something you missed out on. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's my video for talking about why you should look into games which aren't complete cutting edge current, because you can have a bargain and a lot of fun. Okay, Kerr 9000 signing out.
A Squaffy Bear production.
Hi, it's Kerr 9000, the Chrome Faced Man. I'd just like to say thank you for making it to the end of my video. I've got lots of stuff on my channel, my horror house doing horror reviews, games room doing games, sci-fi station. It's absolutely chock-a-block full. I can also be found on the Retro Gamer U forum, which is full of great people, great laugh. At the end of this video there's going to be some little icons to tick if you want to subscribe, a link to one video, a link to a playlist. I'd also like to recommend the wonderful, talented Just Jessica, who does cosy games like Dreamlight Valley and is my supportive partner. Thank you ever so much once again for watching my video, and particularly if you follow me, thank you for all your support, and have a great rest of your day.